Hello. The second longer form video, the curse of originality, and yeah, I want to start in my younger years when I was very energized, very motivated, and head over heels into fantasy, and I'm still am. But when you're younger, everything is fresh and just way more intense. I just remember seeing the Lord of the Rings trilogy, like when they released at the movies, at the cinema, at the kino, as we say in German-speaking countries. Man, this completely blew my mind. It was so awesome. It inspired me and my friends so much. But yeah, you get older, you turn 15, 14, 16. I was cringe lord. I was cringe, but I was an edge lord and smartass. Not so much swearing. I was a edge lord and a smartass, and I consumed a fair bit of fantasy. But yeah, like I saw the tropes, I saw the classics, I saw Lord of the Rings, I saw Dungeons and Dragons, and I just thought, yeah, man, I figured it out. I like orcs and paladins and rogues and bards. Oh, like that's the formula. I'm gonna support that. I'm going beyond that. Like, why even deal with this tried and tested decades-old standards and norms? Like, now it's time to change something. It's typically youth energy. It's not a bad thing. Also, not every young person is like that. And I also not say that just to talk bad about my younger self. It's just something that I want to lay out. But yeah, I wanted to subvert things. I wanted to be original. And I didn't understand that it's nice to have something original, but originality alone doesn't make a setting or a story interesting. But I was so fixated on that to come up with something that hasn't been done before. And this is also kind of fun when you're young and you see stuff and you think, I got it figured out. And now I come up with the next thing that nobody has seen before. This is so arrogant. It's cute. It's cute because again, you haven't been even alive that long. Then you see some classics, some standards, some very well established things. You haven't consumed that much to begin with. Already think you know it all, and then you want to take that one original story. But like there are 8 billion people in the world. We have at least 10,000 years of human history. Show me something that's really, really original. Of course, every story is unique. There are similar stories, but every story is unique in its own way with its own idiosyncrasies. But you know what I mean? Like, it's really funny, like my whole thought pattern back then. And it was a sort of self-abusive cycle. When I saw something that I liked, then I wanted to make it original and completely come up with something that's completely out of the ordinary, and then I put a lot of energy into it. And it was a good process, because doing something creatively is definitely something that's a good thing to do. But I wanted to be original so much, and then I created something that was abstract and weird, and it weirded myself out, and it didn't feel right, and I started hating what I created. But at the very beginning, I felt so smart, and I'm gonna subvert it, I'm gonna change it, and yeah, like it's all part of the process. Again, I was very young, but looking back to it, it makes me laugh, and I think many people, or at least I'm not the only person who basically acted like that. And also, like it's at the end of the day, I walked the walk. I tried so hard subverting the classics that when I got older, I really also started to look at them from many different angles and got a better understanding and different respect for it. So yeah, coming back to basics, the curse of being original. Don't try to be original. Try to be yourself. What I wanted to do when I was younger is being original for originality's sake, and this is generally something that I wouldn't advise to anyone. But everyone has a specific voice. Find your voice in whatever it is and stick to it and just work on it. If it's whimsical, then that's that. If you're an edgelord and you really stand behind it and you really love the story, the characters, everything you create, then just double down on being you and do your own thing. And that maybe, then you maybe tell another hero's journey, but it's your hero's journey. That's where the true originality comes from your own idiosyncrasies, from your own voice. Look at the Epic of Gilgamesh. Stop trying to be original. Tell your story, make it interesting, give it your voice. That's the originality that the world needs, that you need. One of my absolute favorite things that I, in the intro video, mentioned is Dungeon Meshi, aka Delicious in Dungeon. I love the world building and so many details, and I don't want to spoil anyone, but it's a tried and tested dungeon crawler, like an adventure that's not so much centered around fighting and more about like exploration and creative, basically being creative with problem solutions. And it goes really, really into the characters. I wouldn't say that Dungeon Meshi as a whole is very original, and it's also not what makes it interesting. It's interesting because it's a quote-unquote standard high fantasy world with a lot of tropes. And all these little tropes, they have so many little details to them that makes it very unique. And then you have this awesome character cast. And they go through so many tropes and notions while doing in the details. They do their very own thing. And this is just a masterclass. I enjoy it so much. I recommend it to everyone. Please check it out. Watch the anime, read the manga. Support Ryoko Kui. Became a complete fanboy to her. This is how it's done, I would say. Just my humble opinion. I'm definitely not the smartest person in the room. I'm not an accomplished fantasy author yet. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just joking. But yeah, that's what I have to say. And it's also why I'm making these videos. It's like this is the talk that I would give my younger self if I could. And my younger self would, of course, ignore it and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna support it anyway." What does this boomer know? I'm 16 and full of energy. I'm gonna reinvent the wheel. You will see. So yeah, it's all good. Try your stuff out. Do stupid things, but do them your own way. Try to remain just open-minded. Look around. And again, respect the classics. Even if you don't like them, at least respect their influence. May sound a little bit weird, but I stand 100% behind it.